Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very special edition of the Ranger Roundup for Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Final between the New York Rangers and the Tampa Bay Lightning. We were supposed to do one last night, however, due to some stuff beyond my control, we decided to postpone it and do it here tonight. But this is it, guys. This is the end of it. The New York Rangers have been eliminated from the Stanley Cup playoffs as they were knocked out last night by the final score of 2-1. The Tampa Bay Lightning captures the Prince of Wales trophy for the third consecutive year. They are going to the Stanley Cup final to face off against the Colorado Avalanche. And that series will begin on Wednesday night in Colorado. So, with that said, it was a tough way to go out. However, you know what? I got to say it was an overachieve for the New York Rangers. Um, Even though we don't get it doesn't end up with what we were hoping for. But for New York to make it as far as they did and to make it to the Stanley Cup final, to basically play for the Stanley Cup, just to make it this far, is a remarkable job to say the very least. So, with that said, let's get right into it. The three, it started out in the second period where Tampa jumps out to the lead. Steven Stamkos scores the goal with Sergachev and Palat with the assist at 10:43. That takes it to the third period. Uh, and then New York was trying everything they can to get that game tying goal. It took us a power play, and the Rangers struck gold. Frank Petrano getting the goal, a power play goal, assisted by Andrew Kopp, that tied the game at 1-1. However, the game was only tied for only 21 seconds. Uh, Steven Stamkos scored, Nikita Kucherov and Palat with the assist, and that goal ended up being the series winning goal for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Um, New York, valiant effort. However, you could see the rating was on the wall. New York was the more of the aggressive team, with the hits, but they were outshot 31-21. Even though the Rangers won almost 58% of the faceoffs, which in this entire series, um, New York wasn't really the best at faceoffs, but in this series, they had a few times where they were really good on faceoffs. However, once it was all said and done, um, Tampa did what they had to do and they got the job done. They win the series 4-2, and the three stars of the game, Igor Shestenkin gets the number 3 stars with 29 saves. Andrei Vasilevsky getting the number 2 stars with 20 saves in the game. And of course, Steven Stamkos, number 1 star, 2 goals in the game, including the game winner and series ending goal. Anthony Floyo, come on in, as this was, you know what, like I said, are we disappointed that this is the end? Yes. However, there's a lot to build off with this. The Rangers overachieved, getting to the Eastern Conference final. And the thing is that I got a good feeling for years to come with this New York Ranger team. With Gerard Gallant as our coach, with Chris Drury as our general manager, and if we can keep the core guys there, I think New York could make a run like Colorado does, being consistent year in and year out. And I think the Rangers could make the Cup final next year. I think if we don't make it next year, 2 years, 3 years down the line, the Rangers could make a Stanley Cup final, even win the whole damn thing. Everybody talks about that. Oh, the Rangers were rebuilding. No, the rebuild is over. The Rangers are a Stanley Cup contender right now. And based on the performance of this year's playoffs, I got a very, very good feeling about the New York Rangers for years to come.
As do I, MF. As do I. Um, I'll elaborate a little more on that and follow up on what you just said in just a moment. But but right now, for the final time, um, getting into the numbers here. Vasilevsky, of course, 20 saves on 21 shots. Steven Stamkos, obviously the star of the game with the 2 goals. He also had 3 hits, also had a block and a takeaway. Andre Palat, that Ranger killer, and I mean Ranger killer. 2 assists, 3 assists. He also had, it was basically almost the same stat line as Stamkos, only he had 2 assists to go with 3 hits, a block, and a takeaway. Our old friend Ryan McDonough, he had 6 blocks in the game with 2 hits. Eric Chernak, 6 hits, 2 blocks. Mikhail Sergachev with an assist, had 3 hits and 3 blocks. Brandon Hagel had 3 hits. Anthony Cirelli, 4 takeaways. And Nick Paul, 7 face-off wins, had 2 hits and a block. And Colton, a couple hits and a block. Maroon, a couple hits. And Killorn had a couple hits. And Hedman, 2 hits and a block and a takeaway. Yeah, they were clearly the aggressors, no doubt about that. And for the New York Rangers, of course, Igor Shesterkin, 29 saves, 31 shots. Mika Zibanejad, 11 face-off wins, had a hit, a block, and a takeaway. Chris Kreider, 4 hits on the night. Dryden Hunt, his first and only start of these playoffs, had 5 hits on the night. Not bad for our first impression there. Tyler Mott with 3 hits. Keandre Miller, 5 hits and 3 blocks. Trouba, 3 hits and 3 blocks. Justin Braun, 4 hits. Schneider had 3 hits and 2 blocks. Adam Fox, a couple hits and a block there. Vetrano with the goal, had a hit and a block. And Philip Hedl, 3 hits and 2 takeaways. Barclay Goodrow, 3 hits and a takeaway. Don't know really much. Andrew Kopp had 9 face-off wins to go with a hit and a takeaway. And for the second time this year, MF, I'm now going to be haunted by another duration of time. You know I'm a Buffalo Bills fan in addition to this. To this day, I still have nightmares about 13 seconds. Now as a New York Ranger fan, now I'm going to have nightmares about 21 seconds. And I'm going to let you all in on a little something. Vetrano scored that goal. I was celebrating. And I'm sure MF was too. I mean, because for those 21 seconds, we had life. And I said to myself, by God, we've got a chance here. We've got a chance. And then that damn Stamkos had to stick it to us yet again. And of course, Andre Palat was the instigator in all of it. He was the ringleader behind it all. And he had that incredible pass that set it all up. At first, I thought Igor had it. And then for our season to end the way it did, with another SAWFT goal allowed, just breaks my damn heart, man. I mean, yeah, cue the South Park meme, and it's gone. You know that South Park meme that's all over the net nowadays. I mean, we had life for 21 seconds. I thought we had a chance, and then they got us. I mean, I know they don't hand out MVPs for the conference finals. I mean, the NBA just started doing it this year with the Larry Bird Trophy in the East and the Magic Johnson Trophy in the West. I mean, only fitting that a Celtic won the Larry Bird Award. But if I had to give an MVP for this series, for me, it's Andre Palat. Because Palat he took Ranger Killer to a whole new level. He killed us in this series, man. He absolutely killed us. 2 game-winning goals in this series. Set up the winner last night. And boy, he was a pest. And that's why the Tampa Bay Lightning, the dynasty that never ends, continues. And I mean, that last goal was questionable. It was questionable. I mean, they looked at it, and then I said to myself, yeah, Uncle Gary's not gonna overturn this. No way. And sure enough, it got upheld. Big shock. So I know I'm coming off as a bit angry and a bit bitter, but it's just that I'm just so damn passionate about this team, man. I mean, I still have those painful memories of 2014. We got to the final. MF and I, we were so happy, and then all that BS with the LA Kings, and then the following year we had that President's Trophy season, got to the conference finals. These knuckleheads got us in 7 games, and 7 years later, these damn knuckleheads get us again. But I know I'm coming off as bitter and all that and whatever, but like I said, MF, I know you've been a Ranger fan a lot longer than I have. I know I jumped on the bandwagon in a sense right around late 96, early 97 when they got Wayne Gretzky and Mark Messier, and they went on that magical run to the conference finals in 97 before Philly got us. And I'm going to keep saying it. When is it going to be our turn? When's it going to be our turn? I thought this year, after we went up 2-0, and the way we had them down in game 3 just a week ago, I was thinking to myself, maybe this is our year. Maybe our time is now. But nope. The turning point, very simple. Trouba committed those stupid penalties, and that's what opened up the door. And you give the Tampa Bay Lightning an inch, they take way more than a mile. That's all there is to it. They take way more than a mile, and they find all these ways to win, and they keep finding these ways to win. And 2015 was one thing, but this time around, this one hurts even more because 2-0, had him damn near dead to rights in game 3, and then Trouba committing those penalties and opened them up, and Tampa capitalized on 2 of those 3 penalties, and that's what literally led them back in this series. That gave them their confidence back. That gave them their mojo back because we took it from them in the first 2 games, especially in game 1 when we obliterated them. And then Trouba opened the door for them. They kicked it down and hit, and lo and behold, they're once again back in the Stanley Cup final, the dynasty that never ends, and they're going to be a dynasty as long as they keep those core guys together. We're not going to see a damn cup anytime soon. If I'm going to be honest with you, unless somehow, some way we can find a way. But I will say this though: anger and bitterness and disappointment aside, MF, you're absolutely right. This team went a lot further than you expected, a lot further than I damn sure expected. I thought it was going to be, ho home another year or whatever. And I thought we could get at least one round of the playoffs. I didn't think we were going to beat Carolina, but they did. And they got here. And I think it's very simple. The Trouba penalties were one of the difference makers, but ultimately, as the games progressed, as the series progressed, they just simply ran out of gas. They ran out of gas because remember they had back-to-back 7-game series, hardly any rest. Tampa Bay, you remember they were very well rested going into the series. They had like 9 days of rest after they had that easy time with the Florida Panthers in the second round, and while we had to scratch and claw and come back from 3-1 down against Pittsburgh in the first round, come back from 2-0 down and 3-2 down against Carolina, and then to lose the way we did. A week ago we were sitting pretty, and then go figure, a week later we go from sitting pretty to sitting at home and watching them against the Colorado Avalanche. Now, don't get me wrong, it's going to be a fantastic series. It's going to be a great series. It's going to be maybe one of the highest rated series of all time, especially now that it's on network television. All games on ABC. We'll have a preview Thursday night on TXN Sports World. In addition to our extensive coverage of Game 6 of the NBA Finals. But But man alive, I mean, I'm disappointed, very much so. It's just that I just wanted so bad because when they won it in '94, I was not a Ranger fan. I was a Bruins fan. I'll openly admit that. MF, you were a Ranger fan in '94. You got to enjoy when they ended the drought, in the 54-year drought in '94. And you and I, that's right around as when our legendary partnership and friendship started, and we had a lot of back and forths. And I kept saying, Bruins are better, Rangers suck, and all this good stuff. And you counted it right back, and you had every right to, and ultimately in the end they won. And man, I should have listened to you, but hey, I joined you in '96 and '97, and we've had our moments in the sun. The great run in '97 to the conference finals. And then we had to endure all those hard years of losing seasons after losing seasons after losing seasons. And then late 2000s, early 2010s, that's when it started to turn around. And, we had a few moments here and there. And 2012, that great year when we were the top team in the East and made it to the conference finals, but then Jersey got us. And then 14, that which will forever hold in our hearts, going to the finals. And it was just so thrilling, and we were so excited. And unfortunately, we didn't get the cup. But the following year, hashtag changed the ending, President's Trophy, and we forced the Game 7. But then they ended up getting us in Game 7 in the Garden. But now, 2017 and in the other years, 16 and 17, we got to the playoffs, but unfortunately, didn't go our way. And then a couple of losing years, and then 20, the qualifying round, and then Carolina just obliterated us in the qualifiers in the bubble. Last year we missed out, and then this year we finally get back. It was so great to do these Ranger roundups again. They were so fun, and the way it ended absolutely sucks. And I am beyond angry and bitter and disappointed about it. But it's just that I just love this team so much, and I just want this so bad. I want to experience the thrill of a Stanley Cup championship. MF 28 years ago as a little kid, you got to experience it. Me, I haven't. And we got a great team. We got our big stars. We got Chris Kreider, Mika Zibanejad, Artemi Panarin, the big goal scorers, the kid line with Alexis Lafreniere, Cabo Caco, Filip Chytil, and we literally in goal, we have the second coming of Henrik Lundqvist, and that is Igor Shesterkin. And Gallant's a great coach, and he took Vegas to the final in 18 in their first year of existence. And Drury, maybe not as much of a not as great of an architect as Neil Smith, but hey, I mean, he made some great moves, and we got all that great talent at the deadline, like Andrew Kopp from Winnipeg and Mott from Vancouver. And if we can keep these guys together, and if we can get some bounces to go our way, and no more soft goals allowed, and we stop the stupid penalties and the whole 9 yards, then yes, MF, perhaps maybe next year or somewhere down the road, maybe we will have our moment. Maybe we'll finally get to experience the thrill of a Stanley Cup championship. I mean, I just want it so damn bad, and I thought maybe this was going to be the year it was going to happen, and especially after winning the first two. No, but it was definitely an overachieving season. I was expecting more of the same, I'll be honest with you, but hats off to this team. As I always like to say, whenever one of my teams lose, especially the Buffalo Bills and all the others, this is not goodbye. This is just see you later. And next year, we're going to come back stronger and better than ever. We're going to be back next year. There's no doubt about it. And I'm going to keep it in prayer. I'm going to keep praying that one of these years, MF, we'll get our ultimate moment in the sun, and we'll get to experience a Stanley Cup championship. And And like I said, if I came off as angry and bitter, I do apologize for that. It's just I just want it so bad. I'm just so passionate about this team, and I really thought it was our year, man. I really did, with the way things were going at first, and then unfortunately, they punched us in. I mean, they did what they had to do. They knew they had to bring back the bully hockey, because the bully hockey was what got us in 15, and they're like, what the hell are we doing? We got to bring back our bully hockey. That's how we got these guys in 15. That's all we need to do. And sure enough, they did. They punched us in the mouth. They kicked us in the gut and hit us in the gut, and they kicked us below the belt. And in the end, they got us. Those knuckleheads got us again. But it would be disrespectful of me not to acknowledge the greatness that is the Tampa Bay Lightning right now. And it pains me to do it, but I got to do it anyway. MF and I, we want to send out our congratulations to John Cooper and the Tampa Bay Lightning for an outstanding season and a great series. Best of luck to you guys in the Stanley Cup Finals. They're definitely going to be the favorites because they've won the last two. But boy, howdy, Colorado, man, let me tell you, that great young talent on Colorado, they are going to give them one hell of a try, man. I mean, if there's any team that can end the dynasty, I think the Avs can do it. Will they? I don't know. Like I said, we'll address it Thursday night on TXN Sports World when we preview the series. But at the end of the day, Tampa Bay, congratulations. You earned it. You deserve it. You deserve to be there. And I would have loved for it to have been us, but, it is what it is. And, we just got to deal with it. As hard as it is to move on, we have to move on. But hey, MF, at least there is a silver lining here. I mean, look how well our ball teams are doing right now. Look how well my Yankees are doing right now. I've got that to look forward to. And your Bravos are suddenly playing like the World Series champions of last year. So at least we have that to look forward to right now. Until the next hockey season and then the next football season and all that. And of course, with the NBA, you and I are going to continue to support Michael Bullock and the Boston Celtics in the NBA Finals. Game 5 of that tomorrow night. And we will have a Celtics chat on Ridiculously Raw in the main event. Maybe some bonus commentary with time permitting. So, but anyways, MF, I mean, like I said, you've been around. You've been a fan of this team a lot longer than I have, and I joined you, and we've had our moments in the sun, and unfortunately, the sun has set on another season. But this season, man, I mean, this is the best team we've had in quite some time, and I'm just so happy, and I'm happy that this team, did as, you said it, they overachieved. I mean, nobody expected them to make it this far. Not even we did. Not even you, not even me. But alas, came back from 3-1 down against Pittsburgh, took them out. Fell behind 2-0 and 3-2 to Carolina, came back and won. And then unfortunately, we just could not. I thought after the first two games, I thought maybe we finally solved the puzzle that is the Tampa Bay Lightning, but unfortunately, we couldn't solve that puzzle. We couldn't. So, congratulations to the Lightning. Well deserved. Hell of a job. Enjoy it. Best of luck to you boys in the Stanley Cup Final. But boy, howdy, it ain't going to be easy because you've got a damn good Colorado Avalanche team, chock full of just as much great young talent as you boys have. And they're going to give you one hell of a try come Wednesday night. So, MF, all I can say, it's the best year we've had in a long, long time. And we're going to bleed that Ranger blue we're going to ride till we die with this team. And one day it's going to come. I believe it. We're going to believe it. We're going to claim it. And that's all there is to do it. One of these years, fellow Ranger fans, and our good friend Eric Peterson out there. I know we haven't really talked about him much lately, and we haven't really talked to him much, but I'm sure he's just as gutted as we are. But to the New York Rangers, MF and on behalf of MF and myself, we just simply want to say thank you for the best season and the best ride we've had in a very long time. You guys should be very proud of yourselves for getting this far, and you made us all proud. And the way you fought, yeah, you ran out of gas at the end, but the heart, the guts, the determination, and the battle cry, the slogan, no quit in New York. We're going to carry that. We're going to carry that in the next year. And I think we may need to get the hashtag change the ending back up and trending once again, going into next year. So the future looks bright, MF. We got to wear shades. That's all there is to it. The future is very bright for this team, especially if we can keep everybody together and, just work on some things. We got to work on the penalties, and, Igor's got to do what the King, did. But there's one thing, before we wrap it up, there's one thing that I think may have triggered what happened here. And that is there was an unfortunate incident where a Ranger fan, brutally attacked a Lightning fan after Game 5. And I came across something on social media where the CEO of the Lightning reached out to that fan and asked if there was anything that the Lightning can do for you. And then he told him and then the fan told him the story and the whole 9 yards. And he said, the only thing I want is for you to kick the Rangers' butts in Game 6. You don't think they were inspired by that? You don't think the Lightning were inspired by that? I think that might have played into it. I think that might have lit a fire in the Lightning, and that pretty much did it and played for that fan. And I even tried the guarantee. I even sent the image of the Messier guarantee. We'll win tonight, because that's how much I believe. But, maybe I shouldn't have done that. I don't know. But MF, what can I say? It was an unforgettable season. It's one that, that we're definitely going to remember, and we're definitely going to build off of this next year and beyond. And mark my words, Ranger fans, in the name of my Lord and Savior, one of these days, we will win the Stanley Cup. I don't know how long it's going to take. It could be next year. Hell, it could be another 54 damn years before we win another cup. But mark my words, Ranger fans, we're going to get it. We are going to get it. One of these days, we're going to get it. So, I don't know what else there is to say. I mean, with your permission, MF, I'd like to set the groundwork for tomorrow night on Ridiculously Raw.
Sure.
All right. Tomorrow night, Ridiculously Raw. The Tone 25 around this, immediately following Raw. Myself and Bullock, MF. Hopefully, you'll be with us as we will have Monday Night Raw as we continue on the road to the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. My Tony's take. It'll be a special Tony's take, as I'm going to preview the Slammiversary pay-per-view that goes down next week, the 20th anniversary of Impact Wrestling, Slammiversary. I'm going to let you know what's going to happen on the card. And then, time permitting, we'll have some bonus commentary. And we'll also have the Game 5 edition of the Celtics Chat, pivotal Game 5 of the NBA Finals with the Boston Celtics and the Golden State Warriors. And that'll be tomorrow night. Tone 25, you know how we do it. So there isn't much more to say except, MF, as we close, all I can say is thank you, Rangers. You made us all proud. No quit in New York, indeed. A lot further than we expected. We're damn proud of you. Until next year, let's go after it again. And MF, one of these years, brother, we're damn sure going to have
close.
We're going to get that.
Close. Yeah, we're close. I mean, look, I'm just going to say, man, this year was an overachieve. But now we got something to build off of for the next few years. Keep the core together. That kid line is going to get better. They're young and they're hungry. And now that they tasted Stanley Cup playoff action, they're going to want to get back there. Gerard Gallant is a godsend, man. He was amazing as a head coach. He is going to turn it around for New York, and the expectations are going to be higher than ever before. To make it this far to the Eastern Conference Final, we need goal scoring. because that was the one thing that kind of hurt us. After the 6 goals, we only scored 7 goals or 8 goals in the rest of the series. Our goals a game sunk so badly.
Absolutely.
We just can't do that. So offensively, we need to get some goal scoring. We need a little bit of some help there. Defensively, Igor is amazing, but we need some depth. And I'm not talking about top 6. I'm talking bottom 6. We need to add some defensemen, some depth in the defenseman lineup, just in case if one of our guys get hurt. Because if you notice, Truman was hurt along the way in the series. We also had Goodrow got hurt. Lundgren was hurt in like almost every game. Lundgren was hurt. So we got to try to get some added depth for the defensemen, and then maybe 1 or 2 more scorers for the Rangers. But we don't need a guy like a Kreider or an Adam Fox that lights up 50 goals. No, we just need somebody who could spot us in that 3rd or 4th line. 3rd or 4th line scoring will absolutely help because we have scorers. We got Panarin, we got Mikko, we got Kreider. That's the top line. Then the kid line was explosive. Kaapo Kakko had an amazing year. Alexis Lafreniere starting the chart is starting to show why he was the #1 overall pick a few years ago. Philip Hedl is going to be a superstar for the New York Rangers.
Amen.
I got to say it. He
Great
will.
Playoff.
Huh?
Great playoff.
He had an amazing playoffs. So you got the 2 lines already right there. That's your top 2 lines for the New York Rangers. But we need a little added depth in the 3rd line and the 4th line. If we get bottom 6 help, a scorer there that could even it out, because you got Rooney, you got Reeves, you got Adam Fox, you got that whole great line there. Barclay Goodrow, he had a very good year. As long as he stays healthy, you saw the difference that he was in. When he got in, oh my God, you saw it was night and day what he was doing. So Trouba had a great year. So like I said, we just need to add a little depth defensive, get a bottom 6 scorer. Maybe that'll help us out. And, just a little tweaks, not a major overhaul, because that's what we don't need a major overhaul. Just a little tweaks here and there on certain lines with certain players. If we add a couple of players here, we got a Stanley Cup run. We got a team now that could make a run at the Stanley Cup. So that's why I say the window is wide open for the New York Rangers. All right, that's it tonight, guys. That'll put a bow on this, as unfortunately this is the end of the Ranger Roundup for 2020 for the 2021-2022 season.
And let me just add one more thing from Henrik Lundqvist tweeted this out. What a season by the New York Rangers. Throughout the ups and downs, they always found a way. It was impressive to watch. It was not enough for the ultimate prize, but a big congrats to the entire team and staff/management for a remarkable year.
Absolutely. And well said by Henrik Lundqvist. He is also becoming a very good analyst for the MSG network. If you have not seen him, if you have not seen his work, go out of your way to watch him. He absolutely is phenomenal.
Yes, he
MSG network is absolutely. You want to talk about a fool's gold to get him in fold with the team and be this analyst? I'm shocked that TNT or ESPN has not scooped up Henrik yet, because trust me,
absolutely,
he will be an amazing analyst for these networks. But we're glad that he's a part of the MSG network, part of the New York Ranger family, and that's the best thing that we can have. So he is amazing with his analyst work. Go out of your way. NSG Network on YouTube. You can see the highlights of the Ranger games or whatnot, and they do a lot of the post game coverage. They'll do about the first 15 minutes of it. They are must watches because they really know how to break it down, and they do an incredible job doing New York Ranger games. I can't wait to see them do it again next year in October when we do it all over again and we start the hunt for the Stanley Cup again. But with that said, we're done for the night. Remember, Ridiculously Raw, hosted by Anthony Florio, tomorrow night. Yes, I will be on the show, by the way, Florio. So nothing to worry about there. 11 p.m. Eastern, Tone 25. You guys heard the rundown. I'm not going to reiterate it again. Have a good night, everybody. So long for now, and we will see you tomorrow night.